Hi Leo, thank you for joining me. This is your December 2018 forecast. I hope that November saw you well, and I send lots of love your way for whatever you may be challenged with at the moment. Now, Leo, it does feel like this month is going to be very much looking at how you see other people. I need to give you the word envy, okay? And I need to give you that in the form of understanding, or coming to the understanding that you are the same as everybody else, but you're also unique, and we all have our own set of challenges. Now, I do feel very much, Leo, that you have often wondered why you haven't got as far as other people around you, and that has led you to feel quite frustrated, especially when you put your all into everything you do. But come into that understanding that everyone is connected, but also everyone is different, but they have that one thing that connects them, and that is that we are all part of the consciousness. So do understand and look at where you sit with the word envy and who that might bring up in your mind. When I say the word envy, where does that sit within your life? And before you jump and say, oh no, that's not me, be very aware of the understanding that there is envy in all of us, there is greed in all of us, there are many things in all of us. It doesn't need to be seen as a negative word. It's about coming to the understanding that I am the same as everyone else, but I also have very different circumstances and situations and challenges that make me different. Be aware of that, Leo, as you go through the month of December. Now, I do feel that the first week of December, particularly going up to the 9th, I need to say, it does feel like everything is going in the direction that you've expected or anticipated it to. It feels like everything's coming together. Does that make sense? It's like you've been doing lots of different things or waiting for different things to come into alignment, and this first quarter is very much where you're going to see that in action. I need to give you the word synergy. I need to explain to you that everything that you have done leading up until this point since September has allowed for this synergy to happen, this amalgamation of different or seemingly different situations around you and decisions, and it's all working together. It's coming together nicely. Just be aware that you don't need to be quite on guard at the moment, Leo. You do not need to roar. You do not need to shout the loudest in this first quarter. You just need to sit back and watch what's going on around you and know that everything is unfolding exactly as it needs to. I do feel around about the 3rd, that's when it's really going to kick in. And I do need to say, don't get complacent. Do not get complacent, because that's when sometimes things can change for us, and everything is changeable. But just relax into the knowing that everything is happening exactly as it should, and things are starting to come together. I do feel around about the 15th of December. For some of you it will be the 17th, but I need to talk about that second week being very much about understanding that situations that have gone by are coming up in your life, but for you to understand that love is unconditional. You do not have to like that person anymore, but you are connected eternally through a love bond. And I do feel very much as though, up until the 20th, maybe the 21st for some of you, it's going to be a recognition of self-compassion and letting go of any of those judgments that you hold for yourself. Leo, you are so tough on yourself. Now's not the time to be tough on yourself. That feels very much where that word envy is going to come in. And just sit with that for a little bit. Sit with that word envy, especially in that 3rd week, up until about the 20th of December. And whilst you sit with that word, also know that love is the root of everything. and it's okay for you to be loved. Leo, I do feel that there's some of you that have had some quite strong breakups from May onwards, and it's okay for you to let your guard down. December is not a month for you to be up on your hind legs roaring. It is about understanding that everything is just unfolding. You are going to feel such love around you, and from unexpected places as well as expected places. Be aware of that, because I do feel like I need to touch upon that in the last bit of December too. But I do feel very much as though as we go into the third quarter, around about the 23rd until the 25th in particular, you're going to look back and realise how strong you've been, and possibly you're going to judge yourself for being too strong when you could have been a bit more vulnerable and heart on sleeve. Do not allow this to stop you from doing all that you want to. I also feel that for some of you, there's going to be some quite heated moments within family gatherings, Leo. Now, I do know that that is something that you deal with quite well, or quite fiercely, I should say. But I also need to say that tap into that love energy when this happens. Do something a bit different. Do something you wouldn't normally do. Instead of confronting, take a deep breath. It is just a festive period, and it brings out the worst in people, and you know that because you have often ended up regretting things that you've said or possibly done, especially during Christmas period. I do feel very much as though I need to talk about the 28th onwards. For those that are single, it does feel as though that person you have been waiting for to come into your life is about to. And I do have to say that there's been a lot of work done for some of you. You have done a lot of internal work in order to get to where you need to be to have that love interest in your life. Now, for some of you, I do feel, especially I need to talk about, there's been a divorce and you never thought you'd move forwards. I do feel, Leo, if this is you, the last few days of December are going to be quite eye-opening, to say the least. You need to understand that you deserve to be loved. You are not a lone wolf. You deserve that companionship, and other people want to have that relationship with you. You're very good at discerning a wolf in sheep's clothing, so do not get starry-eyed when this comes about, but at the same time let your guard down enough to show yourself. No masks, just yourself. Now, Leo, you may find again the word envy steps up when you start looking into those romantic connections, or when they start appearing at the latter part of December. Be aware of what it is you actually are feeling. Where does that envy sit? Where does that I wish I could be that other person sit? Because you are absolutely fabulous, my lovelies. You really are. And something has knocked your confidence. That is healing that's needed, and give that to yourself. Do it. Know that you can love. You can love from such a deep place. I know that some of you have been hurt, but just be receptive to that. Be aware that that's going to come into your life, and for some of you that's going to be the end of the month. So generally, Leo, what we're talking about is understanding that everything is finally coming together, that actually unconditional love is what keeps us together even if we are separated. Think before you speak, especially when you're at family gatherings, and be aware and receptive to potential love interests, especially at the last part of the month. I do need to say, make sure that you are jumping in for the right reasons and not through loneliness. Okay, Leo? Do understand that and really question that, because that will see you well. Thank you so much for joining me, Leo. I wish you the most amazing festive period, and I also wish you many blessings for the coming solstice. If you'd like to book a reading, pop it below. You can email me, pick that up and email me, and I will get back to you just as soon as I can. Come and join my tribe on Facebook. Natalie Collins, Intuitive Medium. I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so thankful that you've come to join me, and I send so much love. Ciao for now.